Hello, all you mystical, magical, and spiritual beings. Welcome back to my channel. Sassy here, and I have something special for you today. Today I am here with my sister Alicia Witchcrafter, and we would like to share with you a 3-part ritual that we will be doing for the Wolf Moon this Monday, the 13th. And if you would love to join with us, I am going to tell you everything that you will need to do all 3 parts. So in the first part, we are going to do a calling in the spirits. So when the video does continue, just know that there's going to be a lot of silence because we really want to put our intention into this, and we really want to focus on our intentions, what we're bringing in, and so forth. So I'm going to explain everything to you now. So calling in the spirits, what you will need for that, it's just a small offering dish. I chose this glass bowl. You will also need a small glass, and you're going to fill that with pure water. And then you will also need some almonds as your offering. And then you pick either a blue, which I picked, a blue candle for the calming energy, or if you're feeling called to, do a red candle with the warming energy. And these candles are for healing. Okay, so we're focusing on healing. The second ritual we are going to be doing is going to be a healing herbal tonic. So I want you to go ahead and go pick out your favorite teacup. This is one of my favorites, but I'll be honest, I only use it in those rituals that I'm like really focusing on myself with the healing or self-love. So this is the tea glass that I chose, and now we're going to go into the kitchen and I'm going to show you what else you need for this healing tonic. The healing tonic is very easy. All you are going to need is 1 piece of ginger, about 3 inches long. You're going to want to peel this because we're going to cut this up. So 1 piece of ginger, 2 to 3 inches should be good. 1 large lemon. I went ahead and picked an organic lemon because if I'm going to eat it, I want it organic. But if I'm going to use it in like Baneful Magic, I don't care what kind of lemon it is, but we're going to ingest that. So we want the good stuff. If you have local honey, that is awesome. Use some local honey. I have this, the Bee Cause Project, which is pure and natural and from the USA. So I love that. Then you're going to go ahead and you're going to need 4 cups of water and either your teapot or a saucepan to boil your water in. I already put 2 cups in here. I have 2 cups waiting. All right, and that's all you're going to need for that. And then we're going to go ahead and go on to the 3rd ritual. Now, for our final ritual, we will be back over here. We will have our tea poured and ready to go, which we will sit with it with intention for as long as you feel called to do so. Whatever you feel, just focus on the healing your body, healing your mind, healing your spirit. And then as we're drinking that, we are going to move into the 3rd ritual, a Lokahi Harmonious Home. And we're going to focus on bringing harmony back into any space that seems like it's been disruptive, maybe chaotic, or just not feeling peaceful. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to honor the Lokahi Harmonious Home tradition, and they honor the sacred number 3, which we will do here too. And the sacred number 3 is the balance of the physical, the mental, and the spiritual. So when we're doing this ritual, you will notice that Alicia and I will be doing 3 pinches of the herbs that we'll be using and 3 drops of the oils that we'll be using. And for this ritual, all you'll need is 1 little sachet. I like to use 2. I'm using the blue for, again, the calming, healing energy. And then I like to put black over it for protective, because I want to protect my home, protect my family. And also because there's going to be oils in here, I just wanted to double it up. You don't have to do that if you have a bag that is fully closed, like a satin bag or a satin sachet. You don't need to do that, but that's just something that I like to do. So you'll need 1 sachet pouch. You will need some chamomile for that serenity and calm. You will need some garden sage, which I purchased at my local store because I did not have any, and this is organic as well. You will need 1 bay leaf to write your intention on there, your intention for making your home harmonious again, peaceful, if you will. And then you will need 3 drops of lavender and 3 drops of the peppermint, and also a working candle, which I have mine right here. And I forgot to mention in the first one, you can also use white and light gray, or white if you don't have blue or red. All right, and I am also setting up my 3 tea lights in a triangle. So when we do the Lokahi ritual, I am also representing the 3s for the mind, body, and soul. So with that being said, let's get into it, friends. And I don't know if I have to say this, but always clean your space, clean yourself before you're doing any ritual work. I love to clean my table with this, and then I spray some of this ultra cleansing spray, which has a lot of rosemary in it for protection. So I don't know if I have to say that or not, but just a gentle reminder, always clean your space before you're doing any workings. And also I received this element of spirit incense sticks, so that's what I will be using as well, because we are calling in the spirits. So without further ado, let's get into it, my friends.
O mighty spirits, I feel your healing light. Place your curing touch upon me to dispel the ills that grip. With water from your sacred font, do purify the wounds you see and those that hide inside. Bring peaceful thoughts to ease the fear and help to calm the dread. With breath of life to sing of times when health and joy resume. Please banish pain and restore strength that healing does ensue. For this we honor you, give thanks for what we ask of you.
O mighty spirits, I feel your healing light. Place your curing touch upon me to dispel the ills that grip. With water from your sacred font, do purify the wounds you see and those that hide inside. Bring peaceful thoughts to ease the fear and help to calm the dread. With breath of life, do sing of times when health and joy resume. Please banish pain and restore strength that healing does ensure. For this we honor you, give thanks for what we ask of you. So now we are going to work on our healing tonic. And the only ingredients you need is a lemon, a ginger, and some honey and some water. So I already have 2 cups in here. You need 4 cups of water. We're going to go ahead and pour our other 2 cups right in there. I use not bottles, filtered water from the bubbler. But
Yeah, me too. I used filtered too, so nice and good for tea.
my grandma's old school. She still drinks out of the faucet. I'm like, no, grandma, it's not good over here.
Oh yeah, mine has too much chlorine in it, so we have a filter for our drinking water.
Yeah. So we're gonna let that boil.
Hmm.
While we let that boil, when it does boil, mine's gonna do a little whistly doodad, and then we're gonna turn it down to a simmer. But while we're doing that, we're gonna take our ginger and cut it up. And today is a Monday, Moon Day,
Hmm.
Monday the 13th,
Moon day, the full
and
moon.
the full moon. And what kind of moon is it, Alicia?
It is the wolf moon, but it's also known as the old frost, birch, or cold moon. And the wolf moon is it's coined by Native Americans, colonial sources, and European sources. So that's interesting. It's kind of because they call it that because that's the moon when the wolves howl the most, and they think that they are locating their pack members, reinforcing social bonds, and defining kind of, areas too. So that's kind of cool, but it's also in Cancer. Sassy, do you want to tell us a
Yes.
little bit more about that?
Well, first of all, shout out to all my cancer babies. Love you.
Yes,
My
especially
babies are cancers.
our bestie Isis, we know she's our favorite Cancer out there.
Yeah,
Well,
she is. Well,
and
besides
some
my
others.
kiddos.
Yeah, I was gonna say, besides your kids, they might be.
But
Oh, and my sister and my brother, and yeah, Cancers
yeah,
are great. Yeah,
I love cancers. Represent,
me too.
represent.
Yeah.
They're so Cancer moon is very family oriented. They're also, emotional, but that's a good thing that they love to show their emotions, and I love that
Hmm.
about them. Some correspondences for Monday is very feminine. That's a feminine day is Monday.
Hmm.
Some flowers you could work with are willow, lotus, chamomile, catnip, peppermint, sage, and comfrey. And in our spells today and our rituals, we will be including the chamomile, the peppermint, and the
Hmm.
sage. So
Yeah.
3 of those. Some associations is intuition, dreams, peace, and we want to bring some peace into the home, spirituality, and again, femininity. And that's pretty much all I have right now. I didn't do a whole lot of correspondences, but I do want to tell you all about ginger and the correspondences to that. So, ginger, very healthy, very well known antioxidant. It's an anti inflammatory that can relieve nausea, colds, muscle pains, and other ailments. Also, wards off germs. They halt growth of bacteria and keep viruses like the RSV, which is going around right now, at bay. So, lots of good things in ginger to help ward off all those nasty viruses and bugs and all the stuff that's going on right now.
Hmm.
And then we're using lemon, and there's so many good things in powerful lemon. This also contains antioxidants that help prevent free radicals from causing cell damage that can lead to cancer. So it helps initially prevent cancer. You can hear it boiling. Um, it also helps promote weight loss. It
Hmm.
boosts it boosts your immunity, lots of vitamin C. It improves heart health, prevents kidney stones, lowers blood pressure because it contains potassium, improves digestion.
Same thing.
Same thing. It's beneficial to skin because of the vitamin C. It generates collagen and helps with fine lines, ladies. Yes.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I already said it aids in digestion.
Mhm.
Eliminates toxins and supports oral health. So people with like bad breath, gum disease, or toothaches, get yourself some lemons, y'all.
Oh.
So that is the lemons. And then is your water boiling?
No, but I think I can, it's almost boiling. I think I can put it in now.
Oh, there we go.
It's getting there. I don't want to
Yeah,
splash
it's
myself.
boiling. So you're gonna take your ginger and we are gonna put this in and it's gonna go in there and we're gonna simmer that for about 10 minutes.
Hmm. I'm going to stir mine up a little bit. Stir some intention into it. Healing intention.
Stirring clockwise. I could, or you could do it with this, still doing it
Yeah.
clockwise.
Hmm.
Oh, man. Oh, I forgot a piece of ginger. How dare I?
Oh,
Nope, you get in there too.
yeah. I was so cool. It was so cool to learn all of the healing properties of these things. Like we just kind of think of them as regular, food or spices, but we don't think about how they can heal us as much as like all of the things that Sassy said. So yeah, it's really cool. And Sassy, you said you got your lemon is organic, right?
Correct.
Because you're ingesting it. My lemon is from my tree
Oh, I love
outside.
that.
Yeah, it's my tree is doing really well. It was in a pot for a long time and didn't do anything. And then when we moved here and bought our house, it's actually from my brother, so that's even more significant. It we planted it and then like about a year later it went off, started growing more and like we have tons of lemons now. So
Ooh,
that's
I wish
cool. And
it
that's,
was closer because I would
I know. I was like, should I send you some? I wonder.
I wonder if they would
I would say. I mean, they probably wouldn't have to know, right? Yeah. Oh, look how pretty they look. Oh,
Oh, I
I
love
love
that.
lemon.
I
Yeah.
didn't time, but I'm guessing it's only been in there for about a minute.
Yeah. I've got the timer on. It's been 2 minutes.
Oh, okay. You put the timer on.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah.
I can tell you guys a little bit about the honey too. So,
Yeah.
Um, I'm using this honey, and I know Alicia said she has some local honey, which is
Hmm.
actually even better. She can tell you a little bit about that. The honey is antioxidants, protect against disease, is antibacterial, helps treat infectious wounds, which I was like, oh, I didn't even think of that. So if you have a
Yeah.
wound, you can put some honey on it. It's an anti-inflammatory as well, reduces inflammation, you can use it to treat burns or wounds. Also, it's a cough suppressant, natural cough suppressant, help and
Hmm.
treat metabolic syndrome. And this one I thought was really cool. I mean, there's a whole bunch of other things that it's good for, but these are just the ones that I wrote down. This one blew my mind. It says that it helps eye disorders that are caused by the measles infection. So I thought that was really interesting. And I'm like, wow, it
Yeah,
really
that is.
has so many benefits.
Yeah, and it's also one of the things that I've learned is that it is good for allergies if you get the local honey because the bees use all the pollens that we're allergic to in the areas. And it's kind of like a type of immunotherapy where you take little bits of it, of the pollen and your body gets used to it over time. So honey that is local or bee pollen that is local can be really helpful for allergies. So it's like get your eyes going, no more allergies, all that stuff. I mean, obviously all this stuff is stuff we're reading, but do consult your doctor before you do any, this is not a
Absolutely.
replacement, not a replacement for anything, just kind of a subsidiary, but also, talk to your doctor, do your own research kind of thing too.
Absolutely. Always do your own research.
Yes.
But I mean, we are going to make a very healthy tea that's going to
Mm-hmm.
help us. While we're waiting for that to simmer, I'm just going to go ahead and add some of this honey in there.
You're gonna put
Um,
it in your. Oh, I need to open my honey's brand new. I need to open up my little thing.
I'm
Your
going to.
honey's so dark. It's really pretty. You
So
show us your
this,
like a spoon of it.
oh,
Ooh.
hold on. It's actually kind of cold because it's a little cold in my house. Hold on. I got to
Mhm.
see where I am over here. So,
Ooh, that's really pretty. Look how different it is from my honey.
oh, yeah, yours is like a
Yeah. A lighter.
lighter honey. This
Hmm.
one I received from my Happy Life box, and she likes to put in. I know that this was local probably to her. Oh, it says it right here.
Hmm.
Savannah Bee Company is the proud parent of the Bee Cause Project, a not for profit that inspires future generations to protect honeybees. So
Oh, that's
it's
so cool. Yeah.
savannahbee.com if you want to check them out.
Hmm.
But it's cold in
My,
my house. So I feel like mine's a little frozen. It's like a cognac color.
hmm Mine's more of like like a little darker than like the honey like typical honey, but it is definitely lighter.
I don't know how strong this honey is, but I like my tea sweet.
Me too.
I'm gonna leave that.
Especially with honey because it has its own flavors.
This smells really good. And if you don't have
Mm.
honey on hand, I mean, it is
Yeah.
recommended for this because it is a healing tonic.
Hmm.
Um, I mean, I guess you could use like raw sugar or whatever sweetener of choice, but just for
Or
like the
maple
healing,
syrup. Yeah, maple syrup is a really good one too, if you have that instead.
yeah. But this is just for like the healing tonic because we're going
Hmm.
with the healing theme for this full moon. We're trying to heal our mind, body, spirit, and even our home. Just, cleansing out all the negative energies, bringing in all the good energies, and
Yeah.
yeah, kind of getting rid of that stagnant from. I mean, winter's still here. It's actually snowing right now, but it's not sticking.
Is it snowing? Of
Yeah.
course, I'm in California and it's super warm.
So
I
I woke up this morning, maybe I'll put
mhm.
a clip at the end of the video, and there was geese flying over, and um it was snowing, and it was like a very, I call it a dusting because you can still see the grass. Very
Yeah.
light dusting when I brought my oldest to work. But then when I picked them up, because it turned warmer and it's still like lightly snowing, but once it hits, it's just like melting instantly.
Mhm.
So it was like nothing there anymore.
Oh, that's cute. I love snow. I know people who live in it dread it because it's such a pain, but for
I don't
me who
mind
I
it. Yeah, I don't
yeah,
mind if it's like this, but if it's gonna snow like 6 inches or more, I better be staying home in my bed, and then I don't mind.
right.
How many more minutes do we have, Lovey?
We have 2.5 minutes left, but there is something that I forgot to mention that I found interesting was for the wolf moon was that they consider the moon from the first quarter moon to the new moon. So it would be from this month. The wolf moon is from January 6th through the 29th. So even if you can't do this on the full moon with us today, you could do it, tomorrow, the next day, any other time. So, um, yeah, I thought that was interesting information.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, I
So,
sometimes like when I'm doing a full moon ritual and I have a
mhm,
lot going on, I will start even like a day or two before and then bring it into the new moon. I usually like to do my most powerful ritual on the new moon and then
mhm,
continue out. So, yeah, I mean, some full moons I haven't been able to do anything, but I have to say, for the last 6 months, I've been really working with the moon and I just love the results. And it just makes me feel better. I don't know. I feel like my life is aligning more with everything.
mhm,
Things are coming together the way they should. And I mean, and that also comes with working with the days of the week as well, using those correspondences as well. It does make a difference. I didn't think so when I first started doing rituals and spiritual work. Because when I was younger, I never thought about things like that. I just did what I did, you know what I mean?
yeah,
And it didn't matter the day of week for me or whatever. And like I said in past videos, like, why did it work that time, but it didn't this time? Because maybe I non intentionally, but subconsciously
right.
did it on the right day, you know? So
Mhm,
I feel like that has a lot to do. But the most important thing in any magic is your intention.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah. And I was
Yeah.
reading this book and it said it was talking about altars because I would love to do like an altar series too. Alicia
Mhm,
and I were talking about showing you all some of our altars and whatnot. And fundamentally, an altar, you yourself are your altar. Like you definitely don't need anything else. You could just take yourself outside, ground yourself, sit in the grass, and just become one with Mother Earth. Just visualize yourself, growing roots. And that is an altar too. It's not always physical things, meaning like things like trinkets and
right. Yeah.
crystals and herb. It's also just you. You're,
Mhm,
you are your own altar. So I loved
yeah.
that. She obviously worded it way better than I just did, but I
Listen, that's
will.
why people write books so we can read them and not, have that information.
Exactly.
All right, I think it's time to put our lemons in.
Sweet. So now we're gonna put our lemons,
Mhm.
and I'm gonna do that with intention. So I'm gonna be quiet for a moment.
Okay, so we're gonna let that go for 5 minutes.
I'm gonna clean out my mess real quick.
Mhm.
My little lemon juice mess.
Yeah, now that we're done with all this, I'm gonna actually just take this away. Here. I love this because it's such a simple recipe that has much so many things to help, so much healing power to it, and especially when you're infusing your intentions into it. I think that's really cool. And I think something that most of us have access to. Like we got our ginger and lemon and honey at our regular, well, I did. I got mine at my grocery store.
Yes,
And
that's well,
yeah.
not my honey, but
Yeah.
the ginger and the lemon.
hmm
Yes, my local grocery store in the organic aisle. And if you're not sure if it's organic, number 9 will be the first number near the produce.
Mm.
Actually, I have another one. Hold on, I'll show you guys. So, oh, I threw away the ginger thing. But when you're looking at your produce and you see, I don't know if you
hmm
guys can see the numbers. Can you see it?
Um,
They're down.
yeah, point to them right there. We can't see exactly what they are, but will you read them to us?
It starts with a 9, so it says
Okay.
94053. So if it starts with
Okay.
a 9, and these were from Mexico,
Oh,
Mexico.
cool. Mexico
So
represent.
yeah. So if it starts with a 9, it's organic, but if it starts with, I think it's a 4, I don't know if it's a 5, but if it starts with any other number, it means it's full of pesticides and that peel stuff that we don't want in our system.
Right.
And if
It's
you
always it's always good to wash them too before if you're going to put them into your food. Just do a
absolutely.
little rinse off,
So
because stuff can be outside.
they sell veggie wash. I don't
hmm
use that because I don't know. So you could just use a little vinegar, but I'll be quite honest, and everyone laughs at me for this, and I don't really care. I figure if it's good enough for the ducks, it's good enough for my food.
Yeah.
If it's
All right.
something like a cucumber, something with a hard skin, so all my
Yeah.
cucumbers, peppers, lemons, nothing that's like porous, but anything like that, even my apple, I will take a little drop of Dawn liquid detergent,
Oh
clean
yeah.
it, and rinse it off, and you'll feel the difference in the texture of the
hmm
skin of the vegetable or the fruit that you're doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, Let me turn that down. I was just gonna whistle at you guys.
But we're also boiling these. So it does help. Boiling stuff does help with killing bacteria.
Oh,
Cooking
absolutely.
things. Yeah. So, if somebody touched it with their dirty hands, then hopefully, you've washed it and then you've boiled it. And the thing for
Right.
me about washing them is that all the pollutants on outside. I live in the city, so well, suburb city kind of thing. So I don't want, all the cars driving by and all that kind of stuff. So washing that off is good too.
Absolutely. But yeah,
Mhm.
they make fun of me, and I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah,
I don't
whatever.
get sick when I eat it like that, so whatever.
Exactly.
I love me my Dawn dish liquid.
Dawn
Not
dish soap is good for a
promoting.
lot of things. It's a great product.
It really is. I
Not
mean,
sponsored, but hey, Dawn, if you want
yes, not sponsored, but just saying, we love your face.
to.
I mean, come on, and there's a little cute little chickie right there. Like,
Yeah. Oh,
have you ever washed your car with some Dawn? That baby
no.
will shine.
Ooh, yeah.
Yes.
I
But
add Dawn and vinegar and water for cleaning stuff too, like both together.
yeah, absolutely.
hmm
Vinegar is what is not just vinegar? What's the other one? To clean wounds, peroxide.
Oh, yeah.
So a little tip, if you mix 50-50 in a bottle, peroxide and water, and you can use that as a cleaning agent because that's what they used back in the 1950s in the wars because it cleans any kind of like bacteria, disease, anything
Mm-hmm.
like that. But if you clean any glass or windows with it and you wipe until it's completely dry, like you can't leave a little bit of moisture, it has to be completely dry, you will have streak free windows. Just be
Ooh,
careful because the birds might go through thinking that, there's nothing there.
but it's too.
Yes. So,
All right, that's been 5 minutes. That went by really quick. I feel like we're
oh,
just chatting
nice.
in our kitchens, having fun. All right.
Hanging out with our besties in the kitchen.
Mm-hmm. All
Mhm.
right. Look at that, you guys. It's kind of, you can see it's all infused in there and it's turned a different color. Now I'm going to try to pour this without burning myself. Ooh, okay. Success.
And I'm gonna save the rest for later.
Mm-hmm. If I don't, I'm going to put mine in a container and put it in the refrigerator so I can just heat it up when it's.
Honestly, you could probably drink it as an iced tea too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you want to stir your intention. All right, sis, let's go sit down and ginger tea, full of energy, health, and heartiness, come to me. I care for my body, mind, and soul. With healing power, I make myself whole.
Tea, full of energy, health, party. Come to me. I care for my body, mind, and soul. With healing, I myself whole. Tea, and we are going to now do our Lokahi Harmonious Home spell. This is a sachet that we're going to be building. And I wanted to talk about a little bit about Lokahi. Sassy and I talked about not wanting to, because it's a Hawaiian thing, not wanting to appropriate their culture. So we did a little bit of research. Lokai is a Hawaiian word, and it kind of it has a meaning of balance, in harmony, peaceful unity, and balance of nature, which we are all a part of nature. So we are also going to let the Hawaiian people tell us this in their own words so that it can be accurate and they can get some representation, which is really important. So down below, Sassy is going to be linking some videos for all of that. And we really encourage everybody to go and check those out,
Yes,
just
please.
because, yeah, it will help all of us with our magic too, if we know more about it. So, and thank you to the Hawaiian people for sharing this with us.
Thank you.
So also wanted to say that Lokai is, there's the Lokai triangle, and that speaks of the physical, mental, and spiritual balance. So all three things together. So we're doing things in threes here. We have our three candles, our tea light candles, which we're going to light. I think Sassy is doing some anointing for hers. And so this invites the balance with all of the ingredients we're going to be using, and we'll be telling you each one as we go. So if you have a moment and you haven't already, you can go and gather your stuff, pause the video and gather your stuff, and then we will get to doing our thing. We've cleansed our space. We have our tea that we made for the healing. So let's get started with lighting our candles. And I'm going to use the flame from my ancestor calling to light mine so that it's really intentional. And this is, as you can see, we have our candles in our triangle here. And again, that's for physical, mental, and spiritual. I'm about to burn my hands up. All right. Got that last one done. So we are going to start with 3 bay leaves. Well, we have our sachet here, and I'm using purple.
I'm using
Sassy,
blue.
you've got a blue one.
I do.
So we have our 3 bay leaves that we are going to write with intention on. So anything that you need harmony with, you
This
can
was
write it.
harmony for our home, though, right? Like,
Yes, harmony for our home. So any space in your home where you feel like it needs extra help. Like for me, I'm going to do my bedroom for sleep and comfort. So once you have all those written down, place them in your sachet.
did you give them the history?
The history is more going to be down below in the videos.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Just because I don't want to tell y'all something that's not true. And so I'm going to do a little added into there from the words of people who actually lived it and whose ancestors lived it.
Yes, that makes sense. I love that.
Yeah. Okay, so once you've done that, our next is going to be chamomile for serenity and calm. And I've got my chamomile is just chamomile tea. So it's really accessible. You can go, if you want to, you can go and get pouches if you don't have any in hand. You can just get a pouch of it and use that. Or if you've got some from one of your witchy boxes, or if even better, if you grow it, which is something I want to do. We've got our chamomile. And then we've got garden sage. So garden sage is also known as common sage, and this is what you can buy at the grocery store. It's just the regular sage, but just as powerful. And we're using this. Calls for garden sage, but also so that we're not using up the white sage that is endangered. So I'm gonna use this. I'm just gonna
Yes.
put
Mindful. Be very
Mhm.
mindful.
Yes.
3 pinches.
Mhm.
It smells delicious.
I know. I was thinking I want to dry the rest that I have. I have more than this and use it, make my own bundle.
Yeah, I
But
have a little bit more too. It smells so
Mhm.
good.
Yeah.
Even the stem, I'm gonna save that for some other magical working.
You could use it in your kitchen witchery too.
Now
Oh.
this doesn't cause for any other things besides the oils we're about to put in,
Mhm.
but I don't know why I felt called to use nettle, which is also a healing and protective property. So I'm just gonna
Mm.
do a couple of pinches of that in here. Well, 3, because we're
That's great.
doing 3.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna do that as well.
I love that, making it your own and adding anything that you're called to add.
Yeah, I always like to just put a little bit of my own, like,
Mhm.
because I love people sharing their spells and ritual work with me, but like you said, I also love making it my own. So always try to add a little something.
Mhm. Did I say what that the sage was for purification? I'm not sure if I did or not, but it is for purification. So we had the chamomile for serenity and calm, and we have the sage for purification. And we had our bay leaves for our intention.
So
And
good.
now we're going to add 3 drops of lavender essential oil, and lavender is for happiness and purification.
That's the intention that we're using for it
Mhm.
for.
Yes. It's for lots of different things, but it has properties of that. So putting our okay, and then we are going to use our 3 drops of peppermint essential oil, and that is also for protection of the home. So this is our harmonious home spell pouch. So we wanted to use that as well. I can get it open. There we go. Oh, it's really starting to smell good in here. All these different things.
Mhm. I was just thinking the same thing. Now, if you had a charm, you could add a charm to this. I didn't grab my
Mhm.
charms, but you could do
Yeah.
that as well.
Mhm.
Do a little
Okay.
knot magic,
Mhm.
which I'm just going to repeat what I wrote on my 3 bay leaves to myself.
And while we do this, I'm breathing in the scents to get it all in my body as well as my spirituality and my mental state.
Oh, it smells so good.
It does smell so good.
I'm actually gonna,
Mhm.
blend it all together. That's sage.
Mhm. No, it's amazing. So what we're going to do with this after we sit with it and put our attention into it is you just simply find the place, like I said, my bedroom, and I'm going to go put it in a hidden place in there, and it will hopefully help me with my healing, my harmony in my room.
And I'm gonna put mine in my family room. So, no bickering. Get rid of,
Yeah.
and, you know, so each person will use it for a different room for whatever calls to you, wherever you want to bring that peace and harmony to. But I just loved this so much, and I really do ask that you please look at the links below, because we really want to pay tribute to those that share their magic with us and learn from them and thank them and just be grateful and not,
Yes.
misrepresent or interpret like what we're doing. We're not trying
Mhm.
to steal anything from anyone. We are honoring them and, thanking them for sharing their magic with us.
Exactly.
Oh, it smells so good.
No, it's great. So just to end this out, I think we are going to be doing a lot of these things and a lot of them with the moon.
Hmm.
Sassy's got us kind of scheduled for the phases of the moon where we have things we're going to be doing. So if you like this and you want to continue with us, we are going to be posting stuff on Sassy's community page, on my page about what's next. And
Hmm.
so if you haven't subscribed and hit the bell, which I know is obnoxious to hear, but you will get notifications for when we're going to be doing this again, and you can gather all of your stuff and do it with us. And we'll be around to share.
Yeah, so the next one's coming up. We're actually gonna let you know probably ahead of time. Like, if you made it this far through this video, you'll know what is going to happen next. We're gonna basically continue on the health journey in the next video, and it's gonna be a magical meeting where we are going to be making a health poppet. Um,
Mhm.
and I'm gonna let you know right now what you will need. We will also be posting it on our community pages. So for the health poppet, all you will need is a piece of blue fabric, which represents physical and emotional healing, a needle, thread, and scissors, either cotton balls, or Alicia had a good idea. If you have an old pillow that has its stuffing or something like that, you could use that as well. You'll need 3 healing herbs of your choice. Like we used chamomile in this one, comfrey's another one, nettles another one. So do your research. What calls to you? What makes you think of healing when you see it? So pick 3 of your own herbs that call for healing, a small amethyst stone, and then we're just going to need a snippet of your own hair, which is going to act as a magical link between you and your puppet, and also a blue candle for your working candle to go along with the healing theme. So
Mhm.
that is going to be our next video coming up. So, yeah, hope you guys join us. It is going to be a lot of fun. We haven't decided if we're going to do it live or not yet. Um, but y'all could comment down below and tell us what you'd prefer, and maybe that will make our decision.
Mhm.
This tea was delicious, by the way.
Oh,
Like, I'm already
so
halfway done.
good. I know I've got
Oh, you're
barely
almost
anything left.
gone.
Yeah, I'm gonna pour myself another cup.
So I'm going
Mm.
to sit with my tea and work on those healing energies, healing myself, healing my home. We really want us to focus on that in the beginning of the year so we can get ready for all the things that we will be doing. So we will need a strong mind, a strong
Mhm.
body, strong spirit, and a safe and happy place to do that in. So,
Yeah, and I'm so excited about what we have coming up. It's going to be a really fun year, I think. And
yes.
this is a great way to start it. And thank you so much, Sassy, for hosting us and giving us the space and making me feel so comfortable around you and being able to do this with you.
Oh, I love you.
I
You're
love
welcome.
you.
You're welcome. That makes me feel so happy. I love when
Oh,
people tell me that they feel comfortable around me. I think that's one of the best compliments that you can get
yeah.
from somebody, because a lot of us have those walls, those
Mhm.
guards, and for someone to say that, it just means a lot to me. So thank you so
Oh,
much. I
you're
love
very
that.
welcome. You know
I
it's sincere because I tell you all the time.
I know, I know. You're a very genuine person, and that's what I love about you.
Yeah,
I yes.
same. Yeah.
So I
All
want to thank
right.
all our magical all our mystical, all our spiritual friends out there, thank you for joining us, and we hope to see you in the next one. Cheers.
Cheers.